I've been making gun videos for about 8 or 9 years now, and over the past decade, I've shot a lot of different guns. I don't even know how many, hundreds and hundreds of different guns over the last decade. And throughout that time, I've had a lot of guns that I just didn't like at all, usually because they had malfunctions or or if they were just incredibly inaccurate. Those are the two things that kind of throw me off right away, is inaccuracy and the ability to function each time. So with that being said, that doesn't necessarily mean that a functioning gun that's accurate I hate, because sometimes shooting a gun is just darn unpleasant. So over the years, I've definitely narrowed it down to one gun. I've done some top 10 lists, like top 10 guns I hated the most, or top 5 worst guns. And I'll put some links here to check those videos out. Top 10 most unreliable guns, that kind of thing. But this is the gun I hated the most. This gun I do not like shooting. If you had it's a very high quality, expensive gun. And if you had a brand new one, you said, hey, you want to shoot this? I'd say, no, not at all. That gun's terrible. Now, before I get into what it is, I do want to take a moment and thank ES Power Drink for not just supporting my channel, but also supporting my health. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've lost 30 pounds in the last couple months. And a lot of it has to do with my ability to drink this drink, which has Trinidad scorpion peppers in it. Now, I really want to take a moment and talk about them right now, because they used to sell it bottled. Now they sell these K-Cups. And this stuff freshly brewed is amazing. To get a freshly brewed green tea, lemon / Trinidad scorpion pepper drink, man, what it does is it engages a concept called thermogenetics, which essentially puts your body in kind of a fight or flight mode. It heats it up and it starts burning and producing things in your body that normally are not being produced, which allows you to burn calories faster, have a better immune system, sleep better, have better attention and focus, less depression. It's really actually phenomenal. And I can't eat Trinidad scorpion peppers at all. Now, there is a special right now, and these K-Cups have also, because a friend of mine makes this, and he was putting it in a bottle, and it was a pretty expensive process. And now that it's in the K-Cups, it's way more affordable. You can get like a 6-month supply for like nothing. That link is below. All right, so what am I getting at? All right, the gun that I hated the most was it was a high quality gun. A few people I've shot this gun 3 different times from 3 different people. Each time, it was a beautiful gun. It functioned flawlessly. It was incredibly accurate. It has one of the best triggers I've ever felt in my life. But the problem is it's a 50 Magnum. I hate shooting a 50 Magnum. I mean, those things are so ridiculous. I mean, the only purpose for a 50 Magnum is because you just want a big, giant gun. It's not fun to shoot. I'm going to put it that way. It is not fun to shoot. It is the only gun that I ever shot that I almost lost my balance and kind of had to step backwards a little bit. It hurts in the hand. Not like real bad, but enough to go, yeah, I fired 6 rounds. That's enough of that. The trigger is so incredibly light. And I know they do that for accuracy. But one of my friends, the second time I shot this, it was his gun, and he pulled it out, and as he was taking aim, he made it go off. I mean, he was pointing the right direction, but it was an accidental misfire. And all he did was set his finger on that trigger, which is another reason why you don't want to put your finger on the trigger till you're ready to shoot. But with that being said, it didn't take much to make that gun go off. Beyond that, the bullets, they're like $1.50, $2 a round, if you can even find them. It's really just a terrible gun to shoot. The only purpose I would ever see is if you lived in Alaska, but I think a 44 Magnum would be a by far better option. 357 Magnum would be a great option. A 50 Magnum is just silly and ridiculous. It's a novelty gun. And it is not fun to shoot. Now, I know there's gonna be a lot of people that have one. You're like, oh, I love mine. And it's because again, I'm gonna start high quality revolver, great trigger, almost too great, incredibly accurate. very reliable, so it's not any of the normal reasons I would hate a gun. It's just, it's not a fun gun to shoot. It's not an affordable gun to shoot. I mean, the only reason I think you'd need it again is if you lived in Alaska, or if for some reason you needed to draw on a dinosaur that was chasing you or something. I don't know. There's no other reason for it, really, other than novelty and fun, and to say, look at this big giant gun I have. And again, I'm not trying to insult the people that own them, because, I have 3 friends and my brother has one. So and I look at them, I'm like, man, that's a nice gun. It's just, it's the caliber. It's just not, it's not a practical caliber in any standard of the world at all. And it's not a pleasure to shoot. It's darn expensive to shoot, and it's a darn expensive gun as well. So there you go. I just wanted to take a moment. Like, this is the gun I hated shooting the most. Again, if you had one and we were out at the range, you said you want to shoot it, I just like, no, not at all. I don't want to ever shoot that gun again. I guess I'd say if a grizzly bear was charging me, I'd probably think to myself, I'm really glad I have this on me. But that'd be the only scenario I can think of. Maybe a moose charging me as well, that I'd again, Alaska gun only. That's the only thing I can think of that this would be good for, is Alaska. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight on any of this? Again, I don't want to insult the people that have this gun, because again, I know it's a high quality gun, accurate, reliable, great trigger, all that stuff. It just is not fun to shoot. It is not a pleasure to shoot at all. I like shooting 44 Magnum, so it's not like it's just, like I don't like big rounds or anything like that. It's just, it's unpractical, and it's too big, and it really doesn't have any practical use in the world. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight on any of that, and any comments, definitely put that below. I know people have opinions on this, and again, this is just my opinion. That's all it is. And, your right to yours as well. So put it below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Don't forget, check out that ES Power Drink. It's incredibly affordable now. I'm just telling you, I will say, when you brew it, definitely cool it off, man, because the pepper vapor come up. You just try to take a drink, you're going to start choking from the smoke. But put it on ice, man. Oh, it is so good. And again, I can't eat a Trinidad scorpion pepper, so this is how I pull it off. That link is below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests, so never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.